we're given the backwater in the problem statement as 7 feet, right? So our water surface elevation at station 0 feet from the obstruction, is 107 feet. So far, so good? All right. Good. All right. Now, everything else in this is pretty much calculating on its own. What we're going to do, like I said, we want to know what the water surface elevation looks like as we go away, farther and farther away from the obstruction. And the goal is to see how is it different from the normal depth until we have actually returned to the normal depth. So you can see here, everything else here is going to calculate automatically. Everything here and everything in all of this is going to be done automatically. The only thing that we are changing is the value in column 2. Okay? And what we're going to do is try different water surface elevations until the H that's calculated from the Bernoulli equation that's in column 7 matches the H that's calculated from the head loss in column 15. And here's how it's going to work. I'm going to start, certainly as we're going away from the obstruction, right? Because the flow is due to gravity, we're going downhill as we get towards the obstruction. So we're going uphill as we go away from the obstruction, so the elevations are going to increase. So I'm going to try some higher elevation at station 100 than what I had at station 0. And let's just try something, 107.1. I'm going to put it in, and let's see what happens. The H, hopefully everybody can see this, the H in column 7 is lower than the H in column 15. This tells me that I want to increase the water surface elevation. So let me try 107.2. Now, that's too high, right? Because column 7 is 108.2 and column 15 is 108.19. So I'm going to try a little bit lower, 107.19. That came down to okay, right? It's still the same values, but the check is okay. And we want to change it until the check says okay. But what we want to do is we want to get the lowest water surface elevation that tells us where the check tells us it's okay. So I'm going to try a little bit lower, 107.18. That's still okay. How about 107.17? That's a no. So I'm going to change it to 107.18. And that's the water surface elevation at station 100. Right? Everything else, like I said, will calculate automatically. What we see here is that the normal depth elevation is still lower than the water surface elevation. Right? So I'm going to keep going. What I want to see is, when does the water surface elevation come back to the normal depth? So in the next row, I'm going to increase. Let's try a little higher, 107.3. That is too low because you can see that 7 is lower than 15. So let's try 107.4. That's a no, but now 7 is greater than 15. Column 7 is greater than column 15. So I'll reduce a little bit. Let's try 107.38. That's okay. Now I've got an okay, but like I said, I want the lowest water surface elevation that will give me the okay. So let's try 107.37. That's an okay. How about 107.36? That's an okay. 107.35. That's a no. So I'll go back to 107.36. Bring this again over here to see, is everybody seeing what